Good morning, fellow travelers. It is week 2, day 5 of my Ruby Princess back-to-back. And we are in Vancouver this morning. We just got into port. It was interesting seeing the parallel parking they had to do. We are actually berthed next to the Holland America ship Zuurdam, assuming I'm saying that correctly. And just seeing us sort of slide in there and watching the people. So we are aft to aft, the ships are. And so I was watching the people on the aft balcony on the Zuurdam, watching us come in, making sure, we didn't hit each other. We aren't that close. I mean, it's a decent amount of space that we weren't really concerned. But it was just interesting to see them having to parallel park one of these things. So anyway, I am doing a hop on, hop off. I have had breakfast. It was croissants, and they were lovely, and coffee, and I had it out on my balcony as we sailed in, which is a very nice way of having your day start. So I recommend that. And other than that, I do have to be back on board in time for my specialty dining reservation, which was at 6:10, which probably wasn't my best planning, because this is the one night that we have, the longest stay in port, and I have to be home. I have to be back on the ship by 6. Oh well, somehow I will manage, because I think the steak is worth it, really. Don't you? And I'm not sure what else I'll get up to, but I'm sure we will figure it out. Come on along. So when they had us get off the ship, they routed us through, I guess, the customs area, and we were all having our ArriveCAN app ready and everything, but no one actually asked to look at it. And then I was misdirected as to where my excursion was going to meet, and after asking people in the parking garage where the other buses were, one of the bus drivers actually said you have to come up to the front, and I found this line, and it was a very long line. As you can see, it was a very slow moving line. They seem to have oversold their ability to actually have enough buses for people, and so this actually took probably an hour and a half to get through to actually start my excursion, and several people in line around me just decided to take an Uber. The buses are clear plastic on top, and they're actually, for the front half of the bus, it's actual windows, but past that, it's those roll-up vinyl, and it let a lot of water in, and the seats were all wet. This is our first stop, and this gentleman wants to try and get on the bus, but unfortunately we have to turn him away because we are full. Once again, it's a stop where passengers wanted to get on, but we had to turn them away because the bus was still full. No one had gotten off yet. And it really made me hesitant to get off the bus because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to be able to find a bus that had capacity to get on again. So this is the route map, and you can sort of follow along as you're going as to which stop you're going to and what's coming up next, and sort of make your decision as to where you want to get off the first time. I didn't get off actually until almost the last stop. I looked at getting off at Chinatown and then maybe walking the rest of the route because it looked like it was going to be fairly close on foot. But the bus driver actually told us that the neighborhood we would have to go through to walk it was a bit not safe. And so I chose to stay on until we got to the steam-powered clock, and then I just walked the rest of the way back to the ship. But I was really hesitant to get off in any of the sooner stops that might have been interesting, just because I wasn't sure I'd be able to get on another bus with all of these buses going by and nobody getting off. I would have liked to have explored a bit of Stanley Park, but again, we hadn't had anyone get off the bus yet. Was the Granville Island stop, where there was actually a market nearby, and this was the first time we actually had a number of people get off the bus, and so we could take passengers on.